It is no secret that I am originally from California. You can probably tell that because it's in the title of my speech. I've told a lot of you, and I use like every other word in my everyday speech. And it's also no secret that there are a lot of Californians that are moving here to Texas right now. It's become very popular among the state's young and very mobile population, which was a member. Now very settled here in Texas. The reason for this is that the state is currently experiencing an extreme loss of jobs. The cost of living is insane, to put it mildly, and the state can't put two nickels together without creating a bond measure. But as all of you know who have moved to other locations, moving is very hard. Leaving everything you've known is a great challenge. So fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, I would like to tell you tonight a little bit about the decisions that brought me to be standing before you. So in addition to leaving all my friends, my family, oh wait, that's a good thing. In addition to leaving all of them behind, I was also leaving behind the culture. I was leaving behind the norms. I knew what people expected of me, or at least I could pretend I knew. I also knew everything about the area I lived. I used to live in Los Angeles. I knew where to get the best prices on gas, prices on food, prices to get fashionable berets. Everything anyone could possibly want. But best of all, I knew the town's little secrets, little things that perhaps only a handful of people actually knew. My personal favorite secret was this little store called Galco Soda Pop Stop. If you can imagine a whole store full of nothing but soda. And I'm not talking Coke or Pepsi or any of that junk. I'm talking about Cool Mountain Blue Raspberry Soda, Manhattan Coffee Soda, Rose Petal Soda, stuff you'd never even imagined. That was one of my little secrets. Perhaps other people knew, perhaps they didn't. I didn't care. But at the same time, if I stayed in California, I was faced with the prospect of actually staying in California. As I mentioned before, the job prospects for a recent college grad were not great. Senior level experienced people were taking entry level and even intern positions just to make ends meet. On top of that, apartments were still $1,500 a month. Gas was $3.20 a gallon if you were lucky. And bananas were 80 cents a pound. It's abominable. And worst of all, the state of California was broke. I guess you could say the Golden State had become the gold-plated lead state. And it was like lead, it was determined to drag us down with it. Cities were fining people left and right for anything they possibly could to make their budget. To give you an example, my parents got a fine from the city of South Pasadena because they trimmed their tree too far back. On top of that, red light cameras were everywhere. Cops would pull you over for no reason. And schools were closing on Fridays because they couldn't afford to be open. So it was a real tough situation. But ultimately, my choice came down to one simple question. When am I going to be able to do this again? I think about the logistics of my parents or some of the people I knew just packing up and moving to another city, and almost impossible. Or even some of my friends that I knew from college, same thing. Them leaving their lives. And I almost couldn't do it. I, on the other hand, I had no job at the time. I had no lease, no court appearances. Yeah, no, I was surprised too. I realized I would probably never get another chance to do this again. So I decided I was going to take the risk. Now I know what a lot of you are thinking, and you sicken me. But some of you are also thinking, did I make the right decision? Well, it's a hard one to call. I have a full-time job. I have a nice place to live, food on the table. So, in a lot of ways, yeah, I made a really good decision. But on the other hand, I'm still trying to fit in. I'm still trying to find my niche here in the city. And so it's still proving to be a bit of a challenge. Overall, though, I don't think I've been here long enough to really make a good decision. I still think I need to give it a little more time. So, I'm glad to be here, and it's great to be a native Texan, or at least pretending to be one.